You're the one who's supposedly my brother's fiancé? What's with that lame profile pic? I mean, I heard you were old, but this is ridiculous. Don't you think you're way too beneath my brother?
Rachel, you're Tyler's sister, right?
Who else would I be?
So you are his sister. Good evening. Yes, Tyler told me about you, and that we should be able to get on really well as future sisters. He seems to really care about you a lot. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone properly tomorrow. I hope you'll come to like me.
Sisters? As if. I can't believe my brother didn't even tell you about me properly. This just proves how little you two actually know each other.
No, that's not true at all. Tyler has told me a lot about you.
Oh, really? Then how about this? Didn't my brother tell you? I don't easily accept just anyone as his fiancé. You've got to pass my checks before you can marry him.
I haven't heard anything like that. He's mentioned how close you two were growing up, how you always looked out for him. I think we can get along really well since we both love Tyler so much.
Ugh, no way. I'm not going to get along with someone like you. It's official. I'm never meeting you. And hey, why are you talking to me so casually? Do you even understand your position? You should be treating me with more respect as Tyler's sister, not acting like we can be besties. It's making me sick just thinking about it.
Huh? But I'm older than you, and once I marry Tyler, you'll be my sister-in-law. If anything, shouldn't you be the one speaking more formally to me?
Age doesn't matter in our circles. Status does, and you clearly have none.
I don't understand why you're being so hostile. We haven't even met properly.
This is unbelievable. Wait, did my brother not tell you anything? Are you saying you're getting married when you barely even talk to each other? Oh, I get it. You're after Dad's political influence, aren't you? There are always gold diggers like you. I've been worried about my brother because even though he's Dad's son, he's kind of unremarkable and might end up being pushed around by some woman.
That's a terrible thing to say about your own brother. Tyler is far from unremarkable.
Oh, please, spare me your fake defense of him. You barely know him. All you know is that our dad is powerful, and Tyler has money.
Wait, hold on. That's not my intention at all. What do you mean? Tyler and I fell in love and decided to get married. I don't understand why you're saying these things.
Love, how long have you even known each other? 3 months? 6?
We've been dating for over a year now. Tyler wanted to make sure we were serious before introducing me to the family.
Then you must know, right? My dad's a state representative. My brother is going to follow in his footsteps and work like Dad in the future. We're a prestigious political family. That's why I'm saying someone like you, some awkward nobody, isn't good enough for my brother.
Your prejudice is off the charts. First of all, Tyler is a responsible person with his own beliefs. Sure, he might not be the loud and outgoing type, but that's one of the things I like about him. I think his future is his to decide, so I won't comment on that.
His future was decided the moment he was born into our family. You really don't get it, do you?
Maybe you're the one who doesn't get it. Tyler has his own dreams.
What? What do you even know about my brother? Look, I'm telling you, if you actually think my brother is such a great guy, that's all the more reason you should realize you're not good enough for him. What do you even do for work anyway?
I work as a consultant at a consulting firm.
A consultant? Really? What kind of consulting?
I specialize in business strategy and operations.
Oh, here we go. One of those people who use fancy big words to sound important. Your consulting company is probably some sketchy startup.
Our firm has been established for over 20 years. We work with major corporations.
Huh, that's nothing. You're just a loser.
Look, you were just asking what I know about your brother, but you don't know anything about me either. It really feels awful to be judged based on all these prejudices.
I don't want to hear that from someone who can't even speak properly. Know your place before you talk. If you're really a working adult, you should know how to speak respectfully.
Fine. What can I help you with today?
Now you're just being condescending, and you should have messaged me first to introduce yourself, but you didn't send a single message until now.
Tyler suggested waiting until after the formal introductions.
I heard you're coming to our house tomorrow for introductions, but you better change your mind if you know what's good for you.
It's fine. I plan to come for the introductions tomorrow. Thank you very much.
You're really pushing it. Don't say I didn't warn you.
I appreciate your concern, but I'll be there tomorrow as planned.
Your funeral. Don't expect a warm welcome.
I'll take my chances. Good night, Rachel.
Your shocked face was hilarious. I punched you because a low-class girl from a single-dad family dared to come into our house and introduce herself as my brother's fiancé.
I still can't believe you actually hit me in front of everyone.
You deserved it, walking in here like you belonged.
I can't believe you just attacked me out of nowhere. Why is being from a single-father household such a terrible thing?
Are you really that naive, or just playing dumb?
Please, explain it to me then. What exactly is wrong with having a single father?
Being from a single-dad household means your dad couldn't even remarry, right? Which means he's such a loser that no woman would choose him. He must be some nobody with no money and no status. There's no way someone raised by a man like that could turn out decent, so I was right to kick you out.
My father chose not to remarry. He focused on raising me instead.
Ha! That's what all losers say.
Stop making assumptions. My father is a respectable person. He's an amazing man who always made sure to raise me with love and care. Don't judge without knowing anything. When my father finds out I was punched for such a ridiculous reason, he's going to be furious. This won't end well for you.
Oh, now you're threatening me with your loser dad.
It's not a threat. It's a warning.
What? Are you saying your thug dad's gonna cause trouble? Whatever, doesn't matter. We're a political family. Even if you sue, we'll cover it up. It's pointless.
You seem very confident about that.
Of course I am. Do you know how many times we've handled situations like this?
So you've assaulted people before?
Not me personally, but we know how to handle problems. People like you.
Is that so? I understand. Then may I call my father? You might be surprised when this big shot shows up.
Oh, really? Go ahead. What do you mean by big shot? Is he some fat guy who heads a gang? Or maybe your dad's just some fat nobody?
We'll see about that.
My dad was laughing so hard about it, too. He said I did a great job punching you, only my brother is weirdly defending you. But Dad's probably going to hit him to knock some sense into him. You should at least realize how much trouble you've caused my brother and apologize properly.
Let me get this straight. Your father actually praised you for assaulting me?
Obviously, he knows how to handle gold diggers like you.
So your father approves of your actions and even praised you for punching me? Is that right?
That's what I've been saying. This is why I hate dealing with low-class people. You're so slow to understand.
No, I'm making sure I understand everything correctly. Your father approved of physical violence against a guest in your home?
Stop trying to make it sound so formal. You're not a guest. You're just an unwanted pest.
I understand perfectly. I'll relay this to my father then. I'll have him come right away. Thank you.
What's with that tone? You think you're so smart?
You'll find out soon enough.
I'm so sorry about earlier, Hannah. Even if it was my sister who did it, punching you with full force. Your face was red where she hit you. Were you able to treat it?
Tyler, I wasn't expecting you to message me right now.
I had to make sure you were okay. I feel terrible about what happened.
Yeah, I'm fine. But are you okay? I'm worried because earlier your sister said something about your dad hitting you too.
I appreciate your concern, really.
Tyler, please be honest with me. How bad is it?
Rachel wasn't always like this, you know.
What changed?
When we were kids, she used to protect me from Dad's anger. She'd take the blame for my mistakes.
That's hard to imagine now.
Everything changed when she started high school. Dad started grooming her to be the perfect political family daughter.
And she just accepted that?
She found out it was easier to be on Dad's side than against him. The privileges, the power.
And he would hit you because you wouldn't side with him?
Oh, that's fine. It happens all the time, but I never expected things to turn out like this. I've been wanting to distance myself from my family, but now I think I want to cut ties completely. I can't think of these twisted people as family anymore.
How long has this been going on?
As long as I can remember. Dad's always been strict about the family image.
Strict how?
Perfect grades, perfect behavior, perfect appearance. Nothing was ever good enough.
That must have been exhausting.
It was. Still is. Every decision had to benefit the family's political future.
Is that why you waited so long to introduce me?
Yes, I knew how they'd react. I was trying to protect you from all this.
You can't protect me by hiding things, Tyler.
I know. I've seen what they do to people they don't approve of.
Like what?
Remember that scandal with the opposing candidate's son last year?
The drug allegations?
They were false. My family planted that story.
Tyler.
That's why I was so scared to introduce you. I know what they're capable of. I know I probably don't have the right to say this after you got hurt because of them, because of me, but I'm going to cut ties with them properly. So, Hannah, would you still consider marrying me?
Of course. I understand well how unreasonably you've been treated at home all this time. I'm on your side, Tyler. Now that I've seen firsthand what your family is like, I want to help you even more.
You don't know how much that means to me. Most people would run away after seeing all this.
I'm not most people, and I love you, not your family.
Hannah, thank you. Even after putting you through all this.
Don't blame yourself. This isn't your fault.
I should have stood up to them sooner, protected you better.
Those people are clearly abusing their power just because they think they have it, so they need to be put in their place by my dad's authority. And honestly, your sister seems to be mistaking her father's power for her own, doesn't she? When her father's power is gone, she'll finally realize how incompetent and powerless she really is.
You're planning something, aren't you?
Let's just say I have a surprise for your family.
You're right. I never really wanted to deal with them either, so I didn't stand up to my sister strongly. Even though they kept saying it was my duty to eventually take over the family position, they just spoiled my sister because she's a girl. Meeting you finally opened my eyes.
What do you really want to do, Tyler? If you could choose anything.
I've always wanted to start my own business, something completely separate from politics.
And that's what we'll do, together.
You'd support that?
Yeah, that's right. Don't worry, everything will be fine. Just wait a little longer.
What are you gonna do?
Let's just say my father will be arriving soon, and he's going to help us set things right.
I'm so terribly sorry about earlier. I had no idea your father was the state governor. Why didn't you tell us something so important?
Oh, what happened to all that confidence from earlier?
Please, you have to understand. This is all a misunderstanding. I wouldn't have done that if I knew who your father was.
Unlike you, I'm not the type to show off. Besides, what's the point of trying to assert dominance using your parents' power? That's their power, not yours.
You're absolutely right. I was foolish and immature.
At least you can admit that much.
But if I had known, I would never have done something as stupid as hitting you. I mean, you're going to be my sister. Are you injured?
Sister? That's quite a change from earlier. What happened to not accepting a low-class girl like me?
I was wrong. So terribly wrong. Please forgive my ignorance.
My, how your attitude has changed. Finally realized your position and figured out you messed up big time? But it's too late now. I have absolutely no intention of forgiving any of you. Apologizing now won't.
Please wait. Don't say that.
Why shouldn't I? You were so proud of your family's influence earlier.
That was before I knew. I mean, we could work something out, right?
Is there a problem? Of course, this would become a huge scandal if it got out. Your father's political career probably won't last much longer.
Wait a minute. I'm the one who hit you, right? Dad didn't do anything wrong.
Trying to protect your father now? How noble.
Please, he has nothing to do with this.
But he was laughing and mocking me when I was hit. Far from helping me. He even violently hit his own son when Tyler got angry at how I was being treated. I heard him screaming, "How dare you let trash from a single-father home into the house?"
That couldn't be helped. My dad has always hated single-parent families. That's why the atmosphere changed when we heard you were from one. He got really upset, so I was actually being considerate by hitting you and driving you out.
Being considerate? By assaulting me?
I know it sounds bad when you put it that way.
Is that so? Well, that doesn't make it right. You still hit me because of your father's views, and your father's dislike of single-parent families has nothing to do with me. I don't know what happened in the past, but it doesn't change the fact that I was hit despite doing nothing wrong.
That might be true, but Dad has always hated this certain governor, and he said that governor was a single parent. He said the guy was trash for using his single dad status to gain sympathy and support. So when he heard you were from a single parent home, those bad feelings came back. That's not Dad's fault, right?
The governor you're talking about, isn't that my father?
Huh? What do you mean?
Think about it carefully. The governor from a single-father household that your dad has always hated, isn't that my father? It's pretty rare to hear about single fathers around here, and I have heard from my dad about how some people support him because they sympathize with his situation as a single father.
No, that can't be.
Starting to put the pieces together.
Oh no, I don't think that's... You're reading too much into it.
But your father's face turned pale the moment he saw my dad, and he immediately dropped to his knees to apologize. You were forced to say sorry too. Honestly, it served you right.
What choices did we have? We had to do that given the circumstances.
Of course you did. After all, you yelled at and punched the state governor's daughter for being from a single-father household of all things. Your expressions and behavior the moment the tables turned were absolutely hilarious. I'm still laughing about it.
If I had known your father was the governor from the start, I would never have done this. It's your fault for not telling us.
Hey, do you not understand your position?
Huh?
Why are you still talking to me so casually? Are you acting this way knowing full well what your position is?
Oh, sorry. That's just a habit.
Because you're so used to acting high and mighty thanks to your dad, you're really comfortable looking down on people, aren't you? That's why you can talk casually to me, even though I'm older and the governor's daughter, someone who should be way above your station.
I'm really sorry. This was just a mistake, so...
Didn't you say it yourself? Understand your position and use proper language. I'm just throwing your own words right back at you.
Please forgive me. From now on, I'll properly understand my position and show you the utmost respect. Please let us get along. I'm so happy to have the governor's daughter as my sister-in-law.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I have no intention of becoming your sister-in-law.
What? But you're marrying my brother, right? Given the circumstances, our father will gladly give his blessing. After all, becoming relatives with the state governor is wonderful.
Are you kidding me? You think your position will improve again by having me join the family? No way. Look, I'm going to marry Tyler, but I'm cutting all ties with your family.
But why? If we become relatives, we could help each other. We could be powerful allies. So let's use this chance to become closer.
Suddenly you want to be allies? How convenient.
Think about it. We could be such a strong team.
Have you already forgotten what you did to me? You punched me with all your strength. My face is still red and swollen. How are you going to take responsibility if this leaves a scar?
I'm really sorry about that.
Obviously, I'll be seeking compensation. I'm also considering filing a police report, so be prepared.
What? Wait, please. That's too extreme. We're going to be family after all. Starting off like this.
I already told you, Tyler is also sick of this family. He's been told his whole life that he has to become a politician, and he's been suffering because of it. But he has no intention of becoming one.
Well, I know my brother isn't that talented, but with Dad's influence, he could still be pulled along.
Still looking down on your brother, I see.
That's not what I meant!
He doesn't want to be pulled along into something he doesn't want to do. Oh, and about my father, he's going to withdraw his support, so don't think you can keep living so comfortably anymore.
What? That's too harsh! It was just one mistake! Can't you let it slide?
The world isn't that kind. You were so proud of your dad's power like it was your own, but when that power is gone, you'll be nothing. I heard you haven't really studied or worked hard at anything. Time for you to be thrown into society and realize how useless you are, you piece of trash. Later, Rachel was kicked out of her house without a penny when her father blamed everything on her. Though her father got on his knees and tearfully begged, the governor had already decided to withdraw his support, naturally refusing any reconciliation. Bad rumors spread through town quickly, so even if he manages to run in the next election, he's definitely going to lose. Tyler and I got married and cut ties with his family, and we're living happily ever after. All's well that ends well.